Hello and welcome everybody. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? Give it just a second here. No? Alright. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Just getting everything set up. As usual, as usual. There we go. One viewer, huh? Just have this right here. So last time on the stream we did Dead Space 2. We finished Dead Space 2. But tonight, all we're going to do is we're just setting up some stuff for a D&D campaign on Monday. Decided to do that while I was chatting with some people, see how many people we can get in here. So thanks for coming by. I super appreciate it. The old Mountain Dew Major Melon. All right. So I'm gonna be using 2 or 3 websites today. One of them's gonna be Incarnate. The other one's gonna be Roll20. And I might use some Microsoft Paint. We'll get all crazy. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over. Let's go for... Oh, not that one. This one. Nice. Display capture. Switch over to... Not that one. Switch over to my camera. You guys should see me here in just a second. Nice. Alright, let me go ahead and put... Let me go ahead and put my messages in the chat. Okay. There's that. And that. Oh, I need to change one last thing before we leave this screen here. We are not playing Dead Space 2. We are playing with ourselves. Nice. There it is. Okay. Set that up and boom, that should have switched. Sweet. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over. Make sure that follows us over. All right, sweet. And then I need to get... I need to get this copied and put back in here. There's that. So that's our Discord link for anyone who wants to follow along on different content. All right. So currently in the campaign, all right, we're in a sort of like a made-up area called Scalea. We're playing D&D 5th edition, but in Scalea there are 3 major continents that make up the whole country. Okay. And each of these land masses, all right, there's the Dragonspine Isles, Vescarim, and Blibdupala. Okay. All of those are separate. So, but I've made the maps for Dragonspine Isles and Vescarim, and tonight all we're going to be doing is just filling in some areas on the Blibdupala map. I like using Incarnate because honestly, it's just one of the better like mediums for this kind of map building. And it's really easy to use. All right. So yeah. Currently, this area that we are in is known as Blibdupala, or the Pearlescent Isles, in the country of Scalea, which is the ancestral home of the Dragonborns in our campaign. The eastern side is going to be more of like a bog or a mire. Oh, hey, Chris, what's up, dude? And the left side is going to be more mountainous. So I've got pretty much the mountains on the left side placed, and I've got the sort of layout for what the eastern side's going to be. The south is sort of like super islandy, like it's super broken apart. But yeah, we're just gonna be making some maps and having some chats, dude. All you gotta do. So anyone who jumps in, please, I would absolutely love to get a hi in the chat. Chris, same thing with you. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that I can see you this time. I don't just pass you up for a little bit. I apologize about that, man. I feel so bad about it. So yeah, first thing we're gonna do is I like to add the land definition first. So I'll put down mountains and then like an area like this, right? So I like to add definition after I've put down the mountains, just to make the mountains look like they have more of like a reason to be there. So we've added some definition marks here that raise the land up above, and we'll come back and fill in some of this stuff with trees. But let's go ahead and start on what we need to over here. So we need something that looks a little bit boggier. Let's see. These green mountains, small, they look really nice. Have a random stamp. So if you use random stamp, then let's say like I drag this across. See how all these mountains are different, all right? I really like those. Let's see. There's that. Apply. All right. Yeah. Just making maps. What you up to, Chris? The name of the thing that came through, it should have said like D&D map making and stuff like that. Does it not say that, Chris, on YouTube? Let's go for another one. I need something that's going to jut right up against this and not sort of like spill over. Yeah, let's start with something like that. Then again, we're just going to ring this area in here. To give it more definition. Now, whenever I'm making maps for D&D, and in any case, like for anything really, I always like to, like, if I'm looking at regions, I want to know. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing over on your side, Chris? Let's see, you should be 8 hours ahead of us, right? Which means what? It's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning for you? Just so you can see chat over there. Just tired, yeah. Yeah, what time is it for you? Got to scale those down based on the rest of the continent. $115. Yeah, I thought so. Well, it's good to see you here. Can't sleep, staying up late. So when you're adding definition marks, you want to think about, like, what is the curve of everything going to look like, okay? So obviously, I'm going to want an area over here that's sort of like a land ramp that comes down from this higher area over here. This is like a very high, boggy area, okay? And I'm going to want something to bridge between these two mountain ranges, all right? So we'll end up changing some of this. A lot of it's things that are going to be closer to the ocean. Of course, they're going to be more sandy, unless you have cliffs in some cases. Like this would be cliffs over here, so there isn't much sand that's going to be up against it. However, there's going to be some definition marks over here that we'll get into. So like areas like this, where I've just sort of put the color in, where I put the color in to sort of define where the area is going to be, I'll come back in with a tool like this, and we'll turn this area into a beach that comes right up under this cliff face here. Same thing down here. Oh. I'm so glad there's an undo button. Okay. That's actually one of the reasons why I like having the mouse that I have is like this little vertical mouse, buttons on the side and everything. So if I have to use the back button and everything, I have everything mapped to that as well. It's also very useful for like I play Star Citizen as well, and it's super useful for controlling ships. All right. So that's just an example of like an area where this will all be sand, you know? So let's go ahead and add some definition marks. Huh, okay. Let's go ahead and add some definition marks over here to try and bridge this little mountainous area. We'll set that back so that the mountain comes up over it. You sort of want, if you're going to put like definition next to a mountain, you want the mountain to sort of be rolling over the side. There are going to be spots like that are like this. You can probably see that where the definition of the mountain comes down. You can move that, but honestly, like when players are viewing maps, okay, they're gonna view it from like this area, okay. So you don't have to get super detailed. Try and do your best because you want to give a product that's like interesting, you know, but you don't have to be super microscopic with it. Like there are probably some definition marks that are wrong with this little structure that I've put here in the center. But when you're viewing them from like out here, it looks so nice. I think we'll do one of these actually. Right to the ocean. So we'll grow it up there. Click it right in place. Paint a happy little tree somewhere. It'll be our secret, dude. You know it, dude. Welcome, Noctilus. How you doing, man? Yeah, you don't want to put too much pressure on it. I mean, this is something that I'll give you guys like an example here in a minute once I'm done doing some of this highlighting. But most of the maps that I've spent currently 3 hours on this map. All right, but some of our other maps I've spent like 7 hours on. The first map I did for this campaign, I spent 4.5 hours on. You don't want to get too bogged down with that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's nice to just sort of like put the effort in because it really shows to the player. Happy little tree, dude. I can't believe that. That's funny. Welcome to the stream, Noctilus. Glad to see you back. So like let's pretend that in these areas, oh, why is that so? There we go. There, that's a lot better. The definition was like completely taken out of those. Dang. Let's say in this area I wanted to add like a little bit of a forest. You can also use the texture to pull yourself back. Like let's say I want a forest that goes from this part. So everything from this side up is going to be forest. So you can go ahead and just put that line there. Then you come back and say like, okay, so it needs to have a definition edge right there. Too much coast always feels kind of lazy. Sort of like, I mean, there are areas that are mostly coast like that, but I don't know. I like to have something that you visually look at, just sort of pops to you. Okay. Then let's say I want to put that forest in there. You always want to think about like what does this area look like, okay? So on one this area is sort of a raised area between two parts of a coast. All right. So there's going to be a lot of moisture here, a lot of thick vegetation. Mostly coast to coast with Space Ghost. Dude, that is an absolute god tier memory right there. Thank you so much for that. Do you remember Brack? Remember Brack as well? Wasn't just Space Ghost, but I loved watching that kind of stuff. And Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. The golden age. So looking for a set of trees. And Zorak, dude. Nice. Yes. You don't really want something that's... I mean, we can look at that. Swampy. Let's try this out. Let's check what one of these looks like. Okay. Does look pretty good, but they look a little bit more like what we're going for on the east. So we'll take these out. Or what is that? Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Ocean Lab. What's that? What's that show? Oh, it's like Sea Lab, something like that. Let's see what's in this palette here. Yes, that's a little bit better. So we'll take those. Sea Lab 2021, dude. Oh my gosh. Consistency is key in these things, so you want to try and keep them around the same size, so size of 71. There we go. It's already picked up the size, so we can just start pasting, dude. And again, when you have it on randomize, like each one of these pops out a random assortment of like all the numbers that are there. But I like to just drag this across the area, following those definition marks. And in areas where it doesn't click, you can literally just spam click the hell out of it. No one's gonna know. How would they know? Now you have that nice, clean forest look right there on the coast. Sea Lab 2021, dude. Alright, so let's go ahead and put some more definition marks in. We're going to need some that are facing away from us, so that's what these bad boys are for, right here. What's that? What's the button for that? Let's see. Oh, I guess it's just you hold the button. Okay. Let's try and stick this. If you're looking for me, you better check under the sea, because that is where you'll find me, underneath the Sea Lab, under the water. Oh, man. That's it. I remember staying up super late in like middle school and high school just to watch, dude. That's where you'll find me. Yeah, I remember staying up like super late when I was in middle school and high school to like watch that stuff. And my parents would always get super mad at me because I'd be super sleepy like the next day. Is that the one we're at? Okay. So after that, we'll come up with those definition marks. Let's trim that up. Cut this back a little bit. An area like that. Okay, that is the palette. All right. I think we're pretty good on definition marks coming. Oh, we need to put one sort of over here. That fills this area in. Let's put one like that and then set it back behind. Oh, where is it? There it is. Set it back behind. Okay, and the whole point of that is to make sort of like a land ramp that comes down here. So the flow, like when you're putting things together like this, you want to look at flow as well. So for me, where this starts is like the players will come from the west, okay? They'll come from the west into this shallow cove area, right? There's going to be sort of like a ramshackle city thing here. Think like Pirates of the Caribbean, the Pirate Kingdom or whatever it's called, Shipwreck Cove. So there's going to be like this area here, okay? And then they're going to travel down up this path and sort of like down against the grain of the river to where they'll get to this area, then they'll go to this area, and then the final area is going to be down here for this continent, okay? So you want to make sure that like the land masses and stuff, they follow sort of the way that you want them to go, because it's much more appealing when you're looking at it that way. So we're going to go ahead And where this area meets down here, let's just cut this area here as like a little bit of forest coming down out of the boggy area. We'll bring it up to right there. By the way, Noctilus, I don't know if you were with us when, as soon as we started, but your name was at the very beginning of this as the most recent follower, dude, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay. Just sort of follow where this is being defined. All right. Just setting this area up here. Definition marks look good. All right. So then we'll take this tool here. We'll just keep cutting back on this coast. All right. Come this way. No, I don't want to cut that far back. Come in like this. Then again, like, come back, right there. Put a little mountain here that models some of the other ones here in this area. Why is it doing that? None. I don't know what it's doing like that. Randomized rotation. That would be funny, actually. Let's see. Advanced settings. I just don't know why it's doing that. I'll just put one down. There, that's better. That is very annoying. You're like, why is it? Oh, have I done? Let's reset everything real quick. Ah, the area. I see. I accidentally hit that. There we go. That's better. Okay. For those of you who are just joining the stream, welcome. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. My name is Embers of August. And currently, we are just making some maps and chilling out for some D&D, dude. That's all it is. That's all we got. All right. I think it was, the size was what? 71? 71, there it is. Now the slower you move your, here I'll just redo that real quick. The slower that you move your mouse, the more like dense things like that can be, okay? But like let's say you knew this is the area that you want. You don't want too many trees, you know, you want little openings and stuff. Well, that can very easily be accomplished by just moving a little bit faster or picking up and clicking in certain areas. So like you don't want it to be super saturated, right? Okay. Let's go up to pull that above the sort of like area there where you can see. I forgot to do that again. 1 second. Bring it up a layer. That way when you're putting the trees down, you actually get their definition right there. Alright, that looks okay. Gonna bring some more this way. Tuck some back in there, so it looks like there's stuff in between. Actually, I got that a little bit too close there on that area. All right. And there are areas, like if nothing has been explored in an area, you could think of it this way, right? So there's a village up here. Where do those houses come from? You know, a lot of the wood would have been used from the area around. So you can make areas around cities look a little bit more sparse, okay? It sort of gives like a history without even thinking about it. So like areas that haven't been explored, of course, they're going to be a little bit more overgrown, whereas again, areas around cities are going to be a little bit more desolate. Desolate's not really the word I would want to use. Uh-oh. That's okay. We can make as many mistakes as we want to. All right. Let's look at some trees here. The area in the center of the map is going to be sort of like a magical forest. It is known as the Vale of Zymor. So we're going to need something. I don't want to use swamp trees. Yeah, it's a little more overgrown. Let's look at what's in that palette there. Yeah, I like those. Those are nice. Let's click these out of here. All right, so size, we're going to go back down to 71. Bring it back down to layer 1 so it doesn't go over the mountains. All right, and we're going to come right up next to the river with this. We're also going to skirt the mountains a little bit to create this sort of like scene here. And again, this is going to be super overgrown. So the history of this area is that the worshippers of Zymor, all right, they reside in this place known as Zymor Shayum, okay, which just loosely translates from the Dragonborn language in our world as the Vale of Zymor, okay. They are very, very high magic users, okay? prominent magic users. They're not constantly toking or anything, but they're prominent magic users, and they have been able to successfully hide here for centuries because they use a spell known as Mirage Arcane to make this area seem very inhospitable. Okay? So there are sea raiders here from another continent that are constantly, like over the years, they constantly try and invade this part of the land. It's just that the people from the land, they're not very smart. Let's put it that way. So for centuries, they have thought that the area directly south of their landing, because this is like an ancestral landing, it's sort of like how the Vikings like constantly raided north of England, even though it didn't always work. They just kept doing it. They land here because they think this is the easiest way west. All right. For centuries, they have been sending reinforcements to this area because they see it as like, oh, we're raiding in the south, or we're raiding to the west. But due to Mirage Arcane, they are completely missing their mark and are instead being diverted sort of towards the west of this continent, and have for centuries just fallen prey to a lot of things that are lurking in the jungle. So that's sort of the lore of the area. Made a lot of changes. You want to consider saving your work? I mean, I do like to live dangerously, but you are correct, Incarnate. I'll do it. All right. And again, I really like using Incarnate. I know there's other map making softwares and stuff out there. I just like using it because, honestly, it's really easy to just pick up and learn. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just like to give, you know, it's a poor craftsman that blames his tools, but I think it is a wonderful craftsman that tells people about their tools. And I would be remiss without giving these folks like their due credit. Their software is very easy to pick up, and it's super nice to use. I'm actually going to go back. I want to make sure that it is known that there is a cliff face here, so what we're going to do is we're going to move it up a little bit. Same with this one. See if I can grab it. There it is. Move it up a little bit. Then we're going to go back to filling in with this. All right. Come down this part of the trail here. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and set the boundary here. And we'll fill all this in here in just a minute. And again, by moving faster with the mouse, if you can maintain your accuracy, it sort of lets you have these open areas there that look a bit more realistic. So you have this lush jungle here now, where once there was just flat ground. Man, my phone's going off. I apologize. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Are these all at 60? Oh, damn. Okay. When did we switch over to 60? Let's just ask that. So here's what you can do. If something like that gets screwed up, you can say all stamps from this set, okay? And you can go up to 71, and every single one of those trees will grow. Oh my gosh, that's too much. 71, boyo. There you go. Happy little mistake, completely rectified right there. Okay. I don't want to do that. I'd rather have the mountain up front. Okay. Pick up that. I like to tuck areas back away in here too. Like there's a little bit of area I've left between these two mountains. You can just imagine like there's a little bit of area here. Maybe it's a secret passageway. Maybe it's an area where the players see like, oh, what if I go this way? Like, you know, you can always give them that option. I think it's a lot better for you as a DM if you do give them that option, because it makes them seem like they're forging a path, which is what you want. Like when we're playing in my sessions, I almost 100% rely on maps for direction. So like in a scenario I would be like, okay, here's a finished one. Let's go back real quick. I'll save this one and we'll go back to one of my other ones. Okay. So, I always completely rely on the map. Because I put so much time and effort into it, you want people to like appreciate, what you've done, but it has to mean something to them as well. If you just put a map in front of them and you say, "Oh, there's these 3 cities," they don't care about anything else. So this is another one that I did. This is Viscarium. It's the middle continent in this country. But like when you come here, right? They sail from the northwest into sort of like a pirate cove down here. They end up taking a train through the mountains and down to a place called Bloodstone Gulch. Okay? But like, let's say, for instance, on this map, I go, okay, as you pass this way on a train, okay, there's also like a horse path next to it, but as you pass this way on a train, you see several things in the distance. They look like farms. In the very far north, you see plateau and mesa mountains, and something of granite make and metal shine comes from the northeast. What do you guys want to do? And then I'll say like, okay, what do you guys want to do? Reference the map. And if they say, oh, I want to go to one of these out here, what's there? Then it gives you more of like if you just put a town here in the middle of the map, they would never be able to realize there's all this stuff around, And maybe you don't want to get that detailed. I just think it's more valuable for the player to be more detailed with any maps that you sort of make. So we'll go back. So, there's some stuff planned for like the end of this campaign that I'm going to be going over here as well, but we won't go too far in depth just in case there are anybody in the campaign currently watching. If so, thanks. I appreciate the view. Okay. Going to take away some of this right here. All right. Just sort of make way. For this area. And again, this is supposed to be like a sort of like a spooky, kind of haunted, forest, swampy area. In the north part, at least. The main city is going to be down here, but we'll get to that. It's going to be sort of like a bog-based city. Different things spread apart, because you wouldn't want, if you're trying to give players the feeling that an area is unstable, or that there is not much land, that there's a lot of water, you don't want to add too many big buildings, like right smack dab in the middle of that area, especially in a fantasy setting. Unless you give it some sort of reason, like, you had this mage called Walt Disney who picked up thousands of pounds of actual earth and moved it around in your fantasy Florida, I mean, that actually did happen, but... All right. So we're going to go down to 71 again. Actually, what we need to do is, the bog is all of this area that I've sort of highlighted here. So let's do this. And again, this is a super overgrown area. So don't be afraid to just, again, go right up next to that line, your definition line here. Okay. And we're just going to follow it all the way around. Let me go ahead and put my messages in. Can I? There it is. Oh, what am I doing? Holy crap. Oh, I thought I was typing a bunch of stuff. Whoops. There. Okay. We do a lot of gaming content. However, one thing that I like to do is sort of give all sorts of different types of content on this channel. And yeah, I hope this isn't too out of the norm. Well, not out of the norm, but out of the ordinary for some people. I appreciate every single person here this time. I understand this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I absolutely love spending time doing stuff like this. It's very calming, very relaxing. Okay. I think we had one tree too far there, yeah. All right. Again, sort of like a spooky, haunted area over here. Can we color change this? I need little ones, but I don't know. Not that. Let's go larger on that. Hopefully that's not too. I actually really like the look of that. Why does that look so good? Let's see. Multiply. Okay. We're gonna need some dead trees. Then again, let's go. What does one of those look like? Oh, that does not look good. How big can we make it to where it's not like too much? Strange. Blend mode, color burn. Yeah. Oh, those look good. I like those. Very nice. Let's go up on this. Oh, you know what? It might be. Let's go to that and then opacity. Oh. I do not like that. Let's get rid of these. We'll try and find something a little bit better. So I just need some small ones. Ooh, that's a big mountain. Go right there. Get rid of that one. That's a little bit better. I like that. Okay. All right, and then right back to it with these burnt dead trees. Oh, that's a spooky looking forest, dude. All right.
Streaming?
Yeah.
What are you streaming?
I'm just streaming making some maps.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought that was a good sticker, but I'm not going to use that. I need to make it smaller than that, and it just looks like it's losing like all of its definition. Let's see. Yeah, I think let's see what this looks like when you shrink it down a little bit. Okay. And let's see. One more here. Oh.
Sorry. Oh my god.
if you guys can hear them. Rick has the hiccups.
I'm leaving.
You don't have to leave. You'll be fine.
I don't want to hiccup.
Well. I don't like that. Let's see. I need something that's going to stand out. Oh, that might work. Let's see. Yes. That looks good. All right. Let's nestle a few more of those towers down in this mountain. Oh, click away from there for a second. Back at it. Okay. Maybe this is a sort of like a fortress or a citadel. Okay. There's that. What's up, lady? Oh, sunburn. Okay. That should be good there. All right. I think that is all we're going to try for today. Let me get the rest of these definition marks first. Okay. Get it pretty close to where we need it to be. Just stick it down right there. All right. See, I need it to be, I hate that you have to rotate like this all the way around. There we go. Because I just need like that much right there. and click. All right.
What?
Oh, I thought you said something. Sorry.
Oh no.
All right. All right, yeah. We'll go ahead and save here. All right. Thanks for coming along, guys. So we got the middle of the continent pretty much done, and then the east, this sort of swampy area, we'll work on that next time. I want to do some more, like, I want to do different kinds of streams, so like gaming streams, or like content creation streams, or just art streams. This falls into like the art category, I would say. Like content creation's more, well, I guess it's also. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed just this little small thing that we were doing. And I will see you guys next time. If this is your first time, let's go this way. Wait, no, this one, right there. This is your first time viewing us. I hope you like what you saw, dude. If you did like what you saw, please feel free to give me a follow or a like if you're feeling so inclined. And there's a link currently in the actual chat. That is our Discord link. You can go ahead and join us up there. Any upcoming content that we're producing, you're going to get like updates on the channel there. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Lady Dragon. Any update on the content that you guys see, that you guys want to see, is going to be on the Discord. We hold polls. We talk about just random things. We have content creation. Yeah. So join us up there. Help me grow and invite some friends next time you come by. I'd love having as many viewers as possible. And don't forget to leave a like and follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.